When something unexpected happens, like someone close to us leaving us, or someone died in our family, or you had a major failure, what happens next? Most of us don't know how to cope with this kind of situations. We become depressed, lost, and wallow in feelings like self pity, anger, doubt, and a lot more, putting a pause on our life and our progress. By the time we realize it, we have already lost a good few years of our life. This exactly happened to me. I had seasons in my life when I went through major setbacks, which pushed me into depression, self doubt, anger, guilt, and a lot of other emotions. And this made me lose track of what I was supposed to do, how I was supposed to come out of this depression, wasting a good long 5 years in my life. We want to get out. It's not that we want to stay there, but we don't know how. We don't feel like doing anything intentionally to come out. We feel like we are stuck and we need someone else to pull us out and save us. But it doesn't have to be that way. There is a way out, and that is resilience. Resilience is the process and outcome of successfully adapting to difficult or challenging life experiences, especially through mental, emotional, and behavioral flexibility and adjustment to external and internal demands, according to the American Psychological Association. Resilience is stretching our threshold to face difficult situations by making adjustments to our thinking and our behavior. And it's not something everyone is born with, but it's not hard to develop either. We just need constant reminders, focus, and intentional repetition. Life does not come with maps and guides. There are rules, but you cannot expect certain things to happen a certain way. There are twists and turns in life. There are unexpected situations like death, losing your job, or something else, something big, which is unexpected. And this will make you question everything. That is how uncertain life is. But over time, we can adapt to difficult situations and cope with loss because of our resilience. How we bounce back from setbacks or how we grow stronger through these situations is our resilience. When we face these tough situations, we let these situations take over and ruin our career, our life, our self-worth, and everything. I pretty much did the same. I gave these situations so much importance that I lost a good few years of my life. But I didn't let these situations decide how my life was going to be later, or I didn't give up. I just tried and built ways which helped me get stronger and cope better. This does not mean I didn't face any problems later or life became easy without any problems. I just tried and found ways which will help me cope. Building resilience is like any other skill that we develop. Everyone is not born resilient. We just need to practice, focus, and intentionally put efforts in order to build resilience. What helped me to build resilience during my tough times and during that stage of my life was to come out of my shell. When we face situations like this, the first thing we tend to do is to go back into our shells, not letting anything or anyone affect us because we are dealing with something big already. But when I did that, my mind wasn't very helpful. I had a lot of negative thoughts. Most of them were not even real, making me even more depressed. And when I found people who were compassionate, who validated my feelings and made me understand that it wasn't something which was in my control, it helped me gain back my self-worth and my confidence in me. If you let your emotions take over and take control over your thoughts, your thinking won't be rational. In order to think rationally, you need a third person's view and of that situation, and this will help us to cope better. And that's why you need that kind of friends and that kind of support from people who really care for you, and that will make all the difference. One thing which helped me and which even helps me today is taking things by the day. Especially on the days I struggled, I was overthinking. A lot of what ifs and a lot of negative thinking. It wasn't helping me in any way. There was nothing I could do anyway because at that time I felt like everything was out of my control. I didn't have control over my life and my fate was fixed. No one can change it, but I can change how I went through my day. I tried to exercise, to wake up early, eat healthy, eat good, eat the food which I liked, read something, do something I liked. and I tried to focus on one day at a time, and this helped me to improve myself as a person, and this helped me to identify things which I want to do, set goals, and I started doing things which are necessary to reach those goals. It didn't happen in one day though, but the conscious choice I made to ignore these thoughts about the future and all my fears helped me to focus on the present. And this is the best thing anyone can do. Just focus on the present moment and think nothing else, and the solutions will come. It is in these tough times that we understand who we are as a person, making you aware of your strengths and your weaknesses, what you like and what you don't. Even if you don't have any friends or people who support you, it makes you realize that you are your own support and you have you. Discovering yourself will help you get stronger emotionally and mentally. I realized that my struggles only made me stronger, even though they hurt me for a while. I became better at communicating, taking care of myself, thinking about my goals, and trying hard and working towards those goals helped me get out of this kind of situations. And it's easy to become negative about any situation when things are getting tough, especially when life is not going the way we want it to. We become frustrated, angry, depressed. There is a story of a king who injured his thumb when he was cutting a fruit or something, and the minister who was sitting beside him says, "My dear king, everything happens for our own good and for a reason." And so the king was angry and put him in the prison. And the next day the king went out on a hunting adventure. There a group of cannibals captured him, and they were about to sacrifice him to their god. But when they saw that the king had an injured thumb and he was defective in some way, they let him go. And the king came back, and now he let the minister come out of prison, and they were having a feast because they were celebrating because the king was safe. And even now the minister said, everything happens for a reason and for our own good. And now the king asks, okay, I was saved, but what about you? And the minister says, if you didn't put me in prison, I would have been there with you. And if you were defective, they would have sacrificed me instead. This is a story which tells us the importance of being positive and hoping even in a worse situation. So I started hoping that everything just turns out for our own good, whatever the situation. This helped me to move forward in life. When something didn't happen according to plan, we keep thinking about how things have gone wrong. It might be our own fault that something went wrong. But no, it's not true. The past is a lesson to learn things and apply them in the future. Looking at the past only as a mirror to understand our faults and to learn from those failures will make us even more capable to deal with any situations or unexpected things that could happen in the future. When we face problems, there won't be anyone who will solve our problems for us. Whether you wait 1 year, 2 years, or even 10 years, if you don't take the initiative, your problems will only get bigger. They will never disappear. When I realized this, life became easier to deal with. But this resilience does not happen in one day. When we constantly build good relationships which support us and develop our mental strength with every setback we face, we will become more and more resilient. If you cannot do it on your own, there is always professional help available, and you can seek help when necessary. If you're struggling to find purpose in life, the first step is to develop awareness about yourself. Watch this video here to learn how you can become more self-aware and more confident about yourself. I hope this video gave you a good insights into how you can develop resilience, and I'll see you in this video right here. Until then, you take care.